Hey guys, Braden here. I thought I'd go ahead and start a work in progress thread for one of my new games. This is a word game. Now I just actually recently started this game when I saw that we have some new or that we had some new table functions available. I've been wanting to make this game for a really long time, but I knew it would take a lot of work. Now that we have these new table functions, though, I decided to take a crack at it because I knew it would be so much easier and I'd be able to cut the code in half, most likely. So I'm really excited about it. I think I started this on Friday evening, and today's Sunday, so this is my second day. Haven't really done any work on it, so I guess I've only been working on it for 2 days, but I thought I'd go ahead and just show you what I have so far, kind of explain the game, and then I will post updates throughout the development of the game. So this game is much like the word game called Word Smack by EA. This used to be on the App Store, but for some reason they took it off last year. I don't know why they took it off, but ever since playing that game way back when, I've always wanted to try and reproduce it in GameSalad. And so I'm really happy with the results that have come out of it so far. So let me go ahead and kind of explain how this game works. So you have 5 tiles, and you try and solve the 5-letter word. At the beginning of each puzzle, each word, it gives you the first and last letter of that word. So that way you have something to go off of. So we have a little keyboard down here, and obviously this is just placement art until I get some proper art for it and full art and everything, but just goes to show as placements for everything, and things are liable to change, but so you can go ahead and type in some letters and it'll automatically go to the next column. Okay, so the answer is table. If I put my mouse in there, it'll show me the answer for testing purposes, so obviously this is not the correct answer. Something I did want to show, though, because I think it's really cool and essential pretty much for any word game, and I haven't seen it done in any GameSalad word game that I know of, is I really wanted to make it easy for the player to change their puzzle. So if you tap on a tile, it'll remove the letter that's already been entered there, but then it'll also move the placement tile there. So if I click on column 4, that means it's active and I can place a tile there. But with the GameSalad games that I've seen so far, they'll do that. They'll remove the tile, but once you enter the new letter, you have to then tap the other tile to enter it, and then it'll move from left to right. But I kind of wanted to make it so no matter where they are, if they place a tile, the game automatically knows where to go. It finds the lowest empty column to the left, and it'll automatically move there for the player, so that way they don't have to do that. And I really like that. So if column 3 is filled, it'll go back to column 2 because that's the lowest one, and then it'll go back to column 4 to finish the column. So just little things like that I really wanted to work on, just to make it really easy for the player. So I think that's really cool, and maybe I'll make a tutorial out of it. Not sure yet. So okay, so this obviously is not the secret 5-letter word. The 5-letter word is table. So if you don't get it right, once the 5 letters are filled up, you can press this green button to check to see if the word's correct. If it's not, it moves down to the second row, and it'll keep moving down as long as you keep, if you don't solve the puzzle. And so then it lets you try again. But the cool thing is you get to see your prior tries. So you know, for example, that the I and the Y and the P are not in the correct places. And frankly, they're not even in the puzzle. I have it turned off right now. I should have probably turned it on, but I have it set up so if you enter letters that aren't in the puzzle answer, they'll turn red on the keyboard, so you know that they're not in the puzzle whatsoever, so you can, you don't have to worry about adding those into the next try. Now, if you entered a letter that was in the correct spot, and if you didn't get the word correct and you move down to the next row, it'll actually move that tile down with the word. So let me go ahead and show you. So let's put an A and an M and an M, just, for, obviously that's not the correct word. I don't even know if it is a word. But, so you see that the A is in the right spot because the word is table. So the A moved down, and they turn green in your history tries if they're in the right spot. So the A moves down, and notice I didn't have to touch anything. The game automatically knows that the lowest column is column number 3. So now you see that B is in the correct place, and you move down. If you get the word right, they all turn green, and it won't move down. So it's really cool. I think it's really fun. There'll be different power-ups and everything, but you get points associated. The points are kind of depending on how many tries you've had. So if you solve the puzzle in the first try in the first row, maybe you'll get 1,000 points. And then it might go down to 800 if you solve it here. And then maybe 500 if you solve it in the third row, and so on. So, to get the most points, you want to make sure that you solve it in the first couple tries. So I think it's really cool. Let me go ahead and reset it. So this button is just kind of like a test power-up. It kind of just, shows you, if you touch it, if you tap it, it'll put a letter in the right place and everything. So that's kind of cool. So there'll be different power-ups and everything. So yeah, that's kind of like the progress that I have so far. Of course, this is all done with tables, writable tables. It was so much easier with the new table functions. It literally reduced the code by so much. It was really cool. Makes it so much easier and quicker to code things. The new table search function is awesome, and the merge and everything. So a lot of these new functions are being used, and so yeah, that's kind of about it right now. My plan is to make this multiplayer, so player 1 and player 2 have the same puzzle and they try and solve it, and player 1 goes through and player 2 goes through, and I'll explain more of that later on. But if you've played Word Smack, you kind of know how it goes. So yeah, that's pretty much all for right now. You can remove those other 2 letters. I'll probably make sure that you can't, I don't know, but we'll see. So anyway, feel free to let me know what you think, and I'll be posting more updates as new content is coded in. Alright, thanks guys.